Hey guys, welcome back to the Snapper Chronicles. We're coming back at you with another Ratchet video. Okay, something again off kind of the back wall, I guess, of Ratchets is this Challenger by Proto, and this one is the 1267 Challenger by Proto. And does this look familiar? It looks pretty familiar to me. But before we jump into it, if you could do me a big favor and hit the subscribe button and hit the like button if you find any of this stuff at all interesting or enlightening, hopefully. And give me the HBO special. What's the HBO special? HBO special stands for Help a Brother Out. Help a Brother Out special. Help a Brother Out by hitting that subscribe button. Okay, guys. Like I said, this looks really familiar, huh? What could be similar to this? Well, here we go. I guess you guys may or may not remember this. This is a Craftsman. I forgot the exact name of it. This is the model 43582, and this was the something easy clean or something, or easy maintenance ratchet, just due to the fact that you can take this apart pretty quick with no tools. And what you do is you kind of push these two rings, these two thumb wheels together, and kind of this lower one, you just move it, rotate it, and then it disengages from the gear or the anvil side of the mechanism, and you just pull it out like that. And this is pretty much what it is. And to put it back together, you just do the same thing but in the opposite, so it's easy to take apart with no tools. But I was kind of shocked when I saw this. I was like, I didn't know that because this ratchet here isn't too well known. It's not really that popular. I think it lasted a few years, didn't really do much, then it kind of faded away. And then when I seen this, I was like, this is even less known. The Challenger Proto version of that ratchet. It has a little bit different, I guess you could call it ways of taking it apart, but pretty much the same. Yeah, pretty much the same ratchet. And so it kind of makes sense. This was made by Stanley, who owns Proto. I'm taking an educated guess. Stanley owns Proto. They made this, and Stanley also made this for Craftsman, Sears Craftsman brand back in, I guess they started with this in the late 80s, maybe early 90s, mid to late 80s, early 90s. This lasted. They had two models of this. They had a model that was a little bit more complicated. You pressed the button. You pressed the quick release, but you pressed it all the way in to where it clicked, and then something gave and you were able to lift out the mechanism. This one is a little bit more simpler. They just put this ring here on the back to kind of secure the mechanism, and the ring is kind of held in place by these two little dimples and these ball detents. They kind of, you squeeze them in and they kind of click into those ball detents. Maybe not the greatest retention for a ratchet, but I guess it worked. And this one follows that one. It has the ring, the two rings here, and this one you press it in also and you rotate it, and it comes out. This one kind of is different than this one in that, where did it go? Oh, okay, this ring, you see it has these two like raised areas, and here this one doesn't have those. And over here they have like two little cutouts on the side, and over here it doesn't have those cutouts on the side. It doesn't have those cutouts on this one. And you see, this one has like a thicker lip for that plate here. This one has like a thinner lip for the plate. It has the ball detents, but it doesn't have the dimples in it. Like this one on the bottom, it has the 2 dimples. That one doesn't have it. This is just, those are the raised areas that kind of fit in those cutouts that I just showed you. Where is it? Yeah, those cutouts on top and on the bottom. So a little bit different, but pretty much the same. And this one suffers, let me put it back together. This one suffers from a problem in that it doesn't really engage that well one way. When you twist it, this one's okay. This one doesn't slip. But if you want to, this is the tightening. When you put it for loosening, it does that. And this suffers from a problem that a lot of ratchets in this mechanism suffer from. Let's look at it. I guess we could put this aside. And this is pretty much how I got it. This is as found, pretty much. You can see here there's a good amount of dried grease under there. Let me get a pick real quick, and you can see this kind of heavyish grease there. That's not too good. And this is like those floating pole designs, but this one you can't really take apart. That's another thing on this, that I'm not able to take this apart. I mean, if you really tried, you might mess it up and you might get it apart, but it's pretty much made not to be taken apart. It has the heart spring, but it's kind of goes around the inside there, and it's held at the end of the heart there by a protrusion or pin that they knocked in there, and then it connects the heart. Top of the heart section connects, if you can see it there, barely in between the paw and the wall. You see the spring kind of connects into the paw. And the problem here is that they used grease or something solid, and you see underneath the paw how that grease is kind of just gelled under there. And I think that that's the problem that's keeping this mechanism from really working too good. I think, yeah, that's too much. It's just this grease under here, and there's grease underneath that I'm probably not going to get to because it'll probably take a while to get under there with different things. But let me just clean this up. Maybe I can get a lot of it out. Let me try and do this. Hopefully I get most of it. See how it feels now. Still a little bit. Now let me try and put a little bit of WD-40 on it, on the mechanism, or just under the paw, really. Put it here under the paw. Put a couple of drops of WD-40. see if it breaks that up. Get the pick and do a little bit more here. This side. Get that old grease off the side of the paw. Maybe get another drop of WD-40 down here. Okay, that feels better. So let's try it now and see if this hangs up. Put it back in. Oops. Okay, there we go. And spin it till it clicks and plays. And there you go. No skipping. Yeah, so it's like I said, it suffers a lot of what those sliding paw, heart spring, Facom, I think, was the originator, and they held the patent for that, the Facom style ratchets. This was kind of an offshoot of that, I would say, but a little bit different, a little bit gimmicky. The whole like quick takedown, quick clean style of ratchet didn't do, I guess, that well. Like I said, the Craftsman wasn't all that popular. I don't really see those that much, and this one is probably even less popular. I really haven't seen these that much at all. But yeah, that's what I got for today. So alright guys, until next time.